Hey, everybody, this week we're going to do an album review and we're going to talk the latest Billy Idol album, Dream Into It. So let's get to it. Hey, everybody, it's the Snowman with TooLoud2oldMusic.com. Welcome back to the collection. This week I thought we would do something, a little different. Instead of showing off a collection from an artist or a box set or anything, I would do an album review and then show off the album. So this week we're going to do Billy Idol's latest, Dream Into It. This is his first full-length album in 11 years. The last one was Kings and Queens of the Underground back in 2014. He's released a couple EPs since then, and both of those EPs, they were each four songs, were fantastic. They were really great. And I think I saw in an interview where he said the press on those EPs was just as much as doing a whole album, so why not do a whole album? And he did. Yeah, we'll get to that. But yeah, the album came out on April 25th of this year. It only went to number 79 in the UK. In Switzerland, it went to number 3. Germany, it went to number 2. And in the US, it is his first ever top 10 album, and it went to number 7. So not bad, Billy. Not bad. This late in your career to still get a top 10 album is pretty good, I would say, anyway. So I bought it on vinyl and I bought it on CD. So we saw this. This is the vinyl packaging. Um, it comes with an insert with you put the album sleeve, and it's a cardboard sleeve, pretty thick. Got all the lyrics on it. We do get a picture of Steve there, but we don't get a picture of Steve anywhere else, which is fine. And then I just bought the black vinyl. He might have had other ones. Um, but oh, there's a cat hair on it. So here's one side and here's the other. Um, and that's the vinyl, um, which is great. I've listened to the CD probably more. Vinyls I love, but I'm kind of back into the CD thing. So I bought the CD as well. So here is the CD. There's the back, just like the album. It is a gatefold CD, but my opinion of this is why? There's nothing here. This, nothing. So not sure why we have that. They did put a little album sleeve in here for the CD, and again, nothing on it, just pink. Um, Here is the CD. So yeah, so this is really disappointing. Um, there's no other pictures. Um, you don't get any Steve Steven here. I think we get him in the booklet. It did come with a booklet um, with the songs on here, and then inside are all the lyrics, all the credits and things like that, who played on the album and who wrote each song. It's got all of that information, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being picky, but this seems like a waste of money for them to spend the money to do a gatefold and then just nothing there. So that is a little disappointing to me on the packaging of it. I'm not a big fan of what they've done for this one, but you can't win them all, I guess is the saying. But an interesting thing about the album, it is done in two parts. Part one is called Dying to Live. And if you get the vinyl, it's on side one, is part one. There's 4 tracks. That's kind of more focused on his past and things that have gone on before. And then part two, on the flip side, is I'm Reborn, is kind of the title for that second half. So we're talking more of, yeah, some stuff in the past, but how it's impacting him now and going forward. So interesting that it's a somewhat loose concept album. I like that idea. So kudos on that one. And it's, it's cool to see Billy. You see him in the news now and on his Facebook posts and all those kind of things. And, he seems to be in a really good place, always talking about his grandkids and stuff. So I don't know. It's just kind of cool to see all that from him. So anyway, um, the album has 9 songs, but really there's just 8 new songs. He does have the song John Wayne, which we'll get to, which that has been out. That was on a greatest hits album. I think it was on Idolize Yourself, that greatest hits. So there's really only 8 songs. So to me, it's still not a full album. Again, just been 11 years, and I know it's hard to write songs, and maybe he just doesn't enjoy it as much. Who knows? But those EPs, man, just 4 little tracks for one year, and another year or so later, they did 4 more. Man, that was perfect. I'd take that over all of this. So anyway, let's get to the album and kind of talk through that. So this album kicks off with the title track, "Dream Into It." It's a very atmospheric, kind of dreamlike states of the music. So it's kind of very soft. It's not a very strong song to open, but I guess being the concept album and the name of the album, maybe that's why it's placed there. But I like a statement song that just kicks in. That's just not what this is. The song is basically about him going back to his childhood, what he's done in the new wave. It's just a new wavy poppy ballad type thing. It's not a bad song. It's just not a good opening track in my opinion. So yeah, that's just what I think on that one. Now the next song is 77. And it's if you have the vinyl and you have the CD, you have just Billy Idol singing. If you stream it, it's got Avril Lavigne doing a duet with him. And on that streaming version, Avril starts it off. She sings the first verse. And I think that's a little strange. It's Billy's song. Why would he not sing the first verse? And I know I'm being picky on a lot of stuff. But I don't really care for the Avril Lavigne version. She's great. I like Avril Lavigne. She's wonderful voice. Can't complain with any of that. But it's a better song with just Billy. It is a power pop, little punky style song, and it sees Billy talking about his whole punk scene that he grew up in and the Gen X. And now, to me, this would have made a really great opening track of the album. It's got the energy, it's got the attitude, and it's a lot of fun. So this one should have maybe kicked off the album, but I get it. I get, concept album, they have a flow they have in mind and all that kind of stuff. Then that's fine. That's fine. So the next song is called Too Much Fun. It's a little more guitar, a little more punk like the last, like 77. It's a lot like that one. And Billy's talking about his drug use and even mentions, I think, the motorcycle crash and talks about that. So I love the energy and I love the style. It's another great rock track. So 77 into Too Much Fun, really good. It's picked up the energy and stuff. So I like the fact that it's done all that. And so I haven't really mentioned, but all these songs, they're mostly, Billy's into them. Tommy English writes most of them. Nick Long writes a bunch. Steve Stevens. The Dream Into It song, it has like 6 songwriters. So, I didn't really like the song to begin with. Knowing it has 6 songwriters don't really, doesn't really help the cause either. But then we get to this fourth song, which is John Wayne. This one was written with Billy Idol, Derek Sherinian, and Brian Tichy. So it was originally on Idolize Yourself, but this time he's reworked it, redone it, and has Allison Mosshart singing with him. And she's from the band The Kills and The Dead Weather, I believe. It's got a slight country vibe to it, in my opinion. Allison, she takes the first verse, which again just seems odd since it's Billy's album. But again, that's just me being picky. But I think her voice is stellar. She really does add something to the song. It's a great song to begin with, but I like this version with her as well. Just a wonderful, wonderful voice, and it works well with Billy's, and hers is she's just got this angelic tone to her. We get some good guitar in here, and if they re-recorded it, then yeah, it's probably Steve Stevens on the guitar. But if they didn't re-record it and just put in her voice, then it wouldn't be. I don't think Steve might have been on it. But anyway, great song. Even if it's a old song that they've redone, I would have normally written it off, but I really like it, and I think they did a great job with that one. All right, then we're gonna flip it over to side two, which is the I'm Reborn side, and it kicks off with Wild Side. It's another duet. And this time it's got Joan Jett with him on the duet, which probably explains why she's on the tour, and it was probably all planned. And so I hate that I missed that tour. They came to Charlotte, but I was unable to attend, and I really wanted to go because it's been good to see Joan Jett and to see, especially to see Billy. Now the thing is, the song is about how he's cleaned up his act, and he's not, doing I guess all the drugs and stuff that he did, but he's still got a wild side. And I mean, he's Billy Idol; he should have a wild side. But it's kind of cool to see him be the grandfather he is and all that, but he still does have that little. You can see that little tinge of wildness in him. It's a mid-tempo rocker. It's a little slow for my liking, but it's okay. Now, if you have the vinyl, this is the opening track on side two. So to me, the opening track on side two and the opening track on side one, they were both a little bit left me wanting something. So I'm back in the old days. You always kicked off each side of the vinyl with an energy song, with something that's a statement, and they don't really do that here. So it's a little disappointing. Messes with my thought on how everything should be. So it's too bad. All right, next up we have "People I Love." It's a modern pop punk song. This one looks back at all his shortcomings and being a husband and a father during those wild days. He realizes all the mistakes he's made, and I think he's trying to make up for all of it now, and he's being there the best he could, the best he can now. And it just doesn't have all that Billy Idol energy that we're used to. It's lacking a little bit of punch. He's not really attacking the lyrics like he would in the past. And I know he's older and he can't necessarily sing the same way, but it's still, I don't know, there's still something lacking for me. Anyway, so we get to the next one. It's called "Give Me the Weight." And this has a little bit more guitar, a little more energy. It feels like it could have come off of anything in the 80s. However, again, it's good, but it's still missing something to take it to that next level. And I just don't think we're getting enough Steve Stevens guitars in this album. Usually he's just all over it, but I don't know. I'm not hearing it. And I don't know if it's the production. Maybe the production's too slick or something, but I think of Billy Idol. I think of Steve Stevens too. And I just feel like he's missing on this album. So again, something else to make me a little disappointed. Then we get to "I'm Your Hero." It's a power ballad about his current love, I guess, his girlfriend, China Chow. I hope that's right. Starts out with a chorus filled with like choir like sound. It's got this Sweet 16 vibe to it. It's a little sugary sweet for me. Doesn't have the charisma of Sweet 16, but it's still a decent song. So I won't throw this one out. It's still a good song. Then we get to the final song on the album. It's the first single, and it's probably the best damn song on the album. It's "Still Dancing," and this is old school Billy Idol in the same vein as like "Dancing with Myself," and I don't know. And then it's got some gritty lyrics, it's energy, it's got attitude. He yells out the chorus. You got Steve Stevens on guitar. It's kind of his guitar playing is like Rebel Yell and White Wedding. It's kind of got that energy. This is what the album's been missing all along. And this one just explodes out of the speakers. It should have been the opening track, probably, not even 77, but this probably should have been the opening track to kick it in rather than wait for the very last track. Now it's good and so good, and you want to listen to the album again, but I don't know. This one is more of the statement song. It's kind of what everybody would expect. We just needed more of this kind of song, in my opinion. So I have to admit, the album is a bit of a disappointment for me. I'm still a huge Billy Idol fan. Don't get me wrong. I have everything he's done. I've written reviews on every single piece in my collection, every album, singles, you name it, I've written about it for Billy Idol. So I can like and not like stuff, and it's okay. I'm still a fan. Heck, I still bought all this stuff, and I don't regret buying it. I'd buy it again, even if I don't like all the songs on here. And I got the CD too. So no, I'm not upset I bought it. I'm just a little disappointed in the album. And yeah, will I listen to it? Yeah, sure. I'll listen to it again. It's not bad. It just, I guess I've anticipated so much. Devil's Playground was great. Kings and Queens of the Underground, amazing. One of my favorite albums of his. The two EPs that he did, Roadside and the other one, and I'm just blanking on it, are both sensational. It's just this one is not as good as those. That's all. It's not. This is not even his worst album. It's a good album. I'd probably only give it a 3, just because the packaging I thought was a little weak. And it wasn't a full 10 songs. So, little petty stuff. But hey, I guess I'm a petty person. I don't know. But that's it. So that is Billy Idol's Dream Into It. I hope you liked the review. Hopefully you like the album. I'm sure a lot of people are, and they're going to enjoy it. There are songs on here you will enjoy no matter what. It's Billy Idol. Anytime we can get new Billy Idol is worth getting. I hope we get more and stuff. So if you would, click like, hit subscribe so you know when we have a new show coming out. Leave a comment. We'll get back with you as soon as we can. And that's it. So we will see you next time on The Collection.